In the meantime, Charity Bialis had a grown son from a previous relationship. His name is John Powell. He's now 25 and says that he witnessed Randall's anger firsthand when he was a teenager and when Randall slashed the tires of his truck.
Give me your phone. I'm shutting it off.
Here goes the next one. Yeah. What are you gonna do? I'll be in the parent, buddy. My truck in my name. Yep. I paid for it.
Yep. Give me that phone.
It's called being a parent. I don't get that. Anybody, DM me. What does being a parent have to do with slashing, your stepson's tires? I've seen plenty of corporal punishment that some of you may find acceptable, some won't. But slashing the tires of your kid, I don't see it. Police have not yet named anybody as a suspect in these murders. And Dr. Randall is denying all involvement. Let's be clear. So A, he says he didn't do it. B, he isn't a suspect. C, nobody's a suspect. Not yet. But that stepson of his, John, says he lives in fear of his ex-stepfather to this day. Even so, he is taking Dr. Randall Bialis to court anyway, because it seems that while Randall and Charity's divorce had been granted the day before her death, the final decree had yet to be filed with the court. So, turns out, Randall wants his divorce ruled null and void now. Charity's son, John Powell, does not, in part so he can take control of his mom's and his siblings' bodies and lay them to rest. Charity's son, John Powell, is live with me now. John, can I just say right off the bat, I am so sorry that you're going through this and that we're speaking under these circumstances. I can't even begin to imagine what you and the rest of your extended family are going through. Are the police keeping you updated as to what's happening and if there may be any suspects in this series of murders?
No, ma'am. I have still not figured out very much. Pretty much what I know is what the general public knows as well.
And are they at least helpful if you call? Are they keeping you at bay? Like, what's your relationship with the local police and now the feds?
Right. I've contacted the detective of Sebastian County Police Department. They just keep telling me they can't tell me anything. It's still under investigation. So as far as I know, hopefully they find something. We still
John,
have no idea.
Can you tell me about your mother's relationship with her ex-husband? I mean, it may not have been filed with the court, but it had been granted the day before she was killed. Describe for me what you knew about the relationship with her and Randall Bialis.
I knew that it wasn't very good, and she was just trying to do what she could to survive. And I think she finally had enough 9 months ago when he was arrested and pled guilty to choking my mother in front of the kids. And he actually pled guilty to those. So she was hoping that would help her in this divorce to protect her family and children and be able to make it out alive. But it doesn't seem that's the case.
John, did she ever confide in you that she feared for her life living with Randall Bialis?
Yes, multiple times. She was just doing what she could to survive and keep her family safe.
And she'd reached out to others. Make no mistake, she may have said something to you, but she had reached out to others regarding her situation. Can you fill that in a little bit for us?
She reached out to state senators. She wrote letters to the governor, kept sending stuff to the prosecuting attorneys, all kinds of stuff, everything she could do. She begged for 9 months for somebody to listen to her and protect her and them kids. But it seems like nobody wanted to listen. And she was actually, if she made it through this divorce, she was going to be an advocate for pushing domestic violence cases like this. So this would stop happening and women and children would have a voice and people would listen.
When you say that she was reaching out for help, did she ask for restraining orders? Were there other requests that she made? And if so, what was the response?
Yes, she reached out for restraining orders, and even my little brother, I know, he testified to law enforcement about things that Randall B. Ellis was doing to them, and he would tell them, if you tell anyone what has happened and what I'm doing, I will kill you. That's on file. And it seems like they still...
Can you expand on that? Can you expand on that a little bit? Like, what are you suggesting that your little half-brother said to the authorities about what happened in the household?
He stated that Randall B. Ellis would smother him till he passed out and was unconscious, and hit him in the stomach and things like this. Just really bad things, including to his little sister, twin sister, Eliana. Just really bad things, and all this is on file. But they still just blew it off like my mother was in the wrong and trying to persuade them to say these things, which she wasn't. They were trying to tell the truth, and they were also, at that point, really scared for their life because they were told if they said anything that he would kill them.
I should say that Randall B. Ellis has said that he didn't do any of these things and that he's not charged with any of these things. It's very distressing to hear a report of a child making that kind of an allegation. Very distressing indeed. And I'm so sorry again that you're having to cope with all of this. John, I don't know what it's like to walk in your shoes, and I'm trying to be very sensitive, knowing every time I see the picture of your mom and those kids, it's just so upsetting. I was very upset to see that video of you as well as a teenager. I think it was you holding the phone and filming as your mom's husband, Randall, was slashing your tires. Can you walk me through what was happening and what preceded this video?
Right, Glenn. I just want to be clear, this wasn't the only time that he's tried to abuse me in mentally or a physical way. This is just one of the only times I could actually get it on video and get it out there to the public or the authorities to let them know. But I actually just came back from being across the state at a lineman school thing, trying to become a lineman. And as I came through the door of the house, he was in a bad mood and was being a little irate and throwing a fit and cursing and just using bad profanity. And I had no idea why. And I guess it's because I wasn't texting or letting them know anything quick enough. And he's very abusive and controlling. So he told my mother to grab a knife and try to go stab my tires or do something so I couldn't drive anywhere. So her being scared for her life as well, she did everything he wanted her to do. It didn't matter. So she tried to do that, and then that's when you see Bialis come in right behind her with another knife and go to stabbing my tires and taunting me with it, acting like he's the man, like he's the one in control and I can't do anything about it. And my mother was just doing what she felt she needed to do to keep everybody safe from something worse happening.
Well, and we can clearly see that one of the children is in Randall B. Ellis's arms while he's wielding this knife aggressively and stabbing at these tires. It's a very distressing picture to see. Without regard, it is upsetting to see that happening with children present, but also so proximate to that kind of aggression and dangerous weapon as well. I'm so sorry that your family has been coping with this kind of thing. I wanted to ask you about the battle over burying your mom and your siblings. Tell me where things stand, because as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, John, you want to get, the custody of your mom's remains and your siblings' remains so that you can bury them. And I think it's now sort of held in limbo because her ex-husband is now trying to petition to have the divorce thrown out. What's the circumstance that you find yourself in currently?
Yes, my legal team is working to help me be able to put my mother to rest, and if possible, my little brother and sister as well, because I believe that they deserve to be buried right next to each other, because they loved each other more than anything. You know, they were very, very close with each other. But we're doing everything we can. I can't disclose too much information about it, but I'm going to do everything in my power to get control of her body, to at least, you know, because I can't picture somebody else getting the body and being able to do whatever they want with it, with all this going on. I never pictured I'd have to do something like this. It just blows my mind.
I'm watching the pictures of your little siblings opening birthday presents. Do you know if this, I'm guessing this is age 4 or 5, maybe 5. Do you know what birthday this was that's on the screen right now?
I think this was 5 or 6. I'd have to look at the timeline, but it's just one of the many videos I've got. I've got a lot of pictures and videos that I've been going through all week, just mourning and just keep looking back on, and just sick to my stomach, and just don't know why this has happened, you know.
John, what do you want us to remember about these 2 incredibly beautiful children, these siblings of yours, and your beautiful mom?
I would like for people to remember my little siblings is very, very smart and innocent. They were 100% innocent in this. This should have never happened to them. My little brother, I mean, he learned how to play chess in 45 minutes. I mean, he was extremely smart. So was Eliana. I mean, she could draw and paint pictures at 6 years old like a professional would almost, you know. He just very, very talented and smart. And my mother was so loving and kind. It didn't matter if you was poor or rich. She'd give you the shirt off her back. She loved God, loved her family and friends. I mean, anything. If you needed help in the middle of the night, she would wake up and go and help you. And if she was to make it through this divorce, she was going to be an advocate and push and strive to spread awareness to the problems we have in our nation with domestic violence, not only in small cities and small states, but she was going to try to make it through the nation.
John, I can't thank you enough for sharing those thoughts, but also your thoughts about what the circumstances are and what they may end up being. I'm going to call on you again as we continue to find out more about this investigation. And again, our thoughts are with you and your whole family in this tragedy.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you too, and God bless you. We will continue to watch this. We'll watch every single development on this story.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.